Heat.
No. I'm guessing.
Yeah, he will.
Oh,
I knew he would.
That's not a shirt. That's a jersey and a hat. That's a nice hat.
He
Look at
hasn't
you.
taken it off since the game.
He's wearing
it
his
the entire
LeBron
time.
James jersey and hat. Congratulations on your victory.
Oh, my God. I'll tell you what. I was thinking of you guys the whole time, and mainly Carmen. I want you to picture 20,000 people in a nightclub.
In a nightclub?
In a nightclub. You know, what people in a nightclub look like?
Yeah.
Hot, sexy, attractive.
Gotcha.
Picture 20,000 of those people in an arena, and that was Game 7.
Yeah.
Carmen, there was some. You know, we know what you like,
Right.
And I'm telling you, you would have gone crazy.
At the same time, Galvin, you would have had a terrible time.
and it was the energy, Cal.
Oh, I'm sure.
And of course, it was a close game.
Yep.
It was back
down
and
the
forth.
last 43 seconds.
It was nerve-wracking. It was intense. The parties went all night. I now am the newest member of the show that has a tattoo.
No.
So,
What'd you get? What'd you get?
Rainbow? I got LeBron on one side and Dwayne Wade on the other. As well.
Beautiful. I think we have LeBron in front and Dwayne Wade in back.
Can we have full disclosure here? Can we be honest about something?
I have never lied. What do you want?
No, I know you've never lied, but I don't know what the tickets cost. We tried to get that out of Armando, but he didn't know.
Well, yeah. Well, Armando's look. I heard the show because I have iHeartRadio,
right?
And I tuned in down from South Beach. The tickets were about $750 a pop.
That's not bad.
Not bad.
How were your seats?
We were in. You got the lower level, the mid level, and then the upper level. We're in the mid level.
Okay, that's
So
good
not-
for a championship
not bad at all,
game.
yeah.
Not bad. I got a ticket guy, broker, awesome. I got him the day of, so you kind of wait till the prices fluctuate a little bit. But I heard you guys. Everybody was rooting for the Spurs. Now Armando, I get.
No. We weren't rooting.
Armando, I get because that's the closest NBA team to Mexico. So I understand that, but I felt like there's no love, and I said, I'm coming.
No.
But I missed you guys, and I understand that you win the poker tournaments when I don't play.
I know. How do you like that?
That's a trend.
I'm like, I'm not going to win if I got to buy this guy a goddamn steak.
But did you stay and have steaks, or did you cut out of there with your winnings?
You're my only eating partner. If I win, I leave. I still got them in my pocket. I haven't spent them. Yeah, I won the tournament, and you know how I am. I'm getting paid to be there. So if it comes down to me and one other person, and they say chop, I just chop, whether I have a chip lead or not. And it was between me and a lady who had a huge lead against me. And then I got caught a couple of lucky hands. Then finally she went all in, and I said, all right, I'll bite. Let's do this. And I beat her. It was just pure luck, but it was a good time. Two ladies playing this time out of the 10. It was two ladies, me and Dr. DePasquale, and a bunch of nice guys, mostly new guys I had not seen before, which was cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a very good time. Carmen, you can get rid of Tongueless Brett now. He did our little Aussie joke. I don't need to talk to him anymore. I've got a full board of phone calls of people who have questions for Dom. Let's start right now. Let's go to the top, and let's talk to Joshua. Hi, Joshua. You're on with Ask the Dom. What do you got, buddy?
Yeah, I married my wife the last year, and she has a daughter. I want to adopt her, but we don't know how to go because the father's not in the picture. So what do we do?
When you say not in the picture, you mean you don't know how to contact him, or he just doesn't care about the kid?
He doesn't care about the kid.
Okay.
He's never seen her in 3 years.
Okay. Dom does have a family law section in his building.
Yeah.
What's usually the process there?
Well, Bruce and Paul now do family law at the office. It depends a lot on what's on the birth certificate. If the father's name is there or not, that plays a big factor as to whether or not the father has to sign off certain legal documents. So a lot of those questions have to be asked and answered. But obviously we can certainly assist through Bruce and Paul at the office.
Out of curiosity, is his name on the birth certificate, sir?
No, it is not.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's kind of a scumbag, huh?
He left her when she was 6 months pregnant because she was not having a boy.
Oh,
but clearly that's a guy who knows what he wants.
Right.
I mean, he's got strong convictions. Hey, let me give you the number to the office, sir. Call and talk to Paulie or one of those guys, and they'll be able to help you out. 813-251-5550. Good luck. Richard, you're on with Ask the Dom. What do you got, Richard?
Hey, Dom, how you doing today?
Good, sir. Thank you.
Okay, I want to ask you a question that may help a lot of people. If you're convicted of a DUI, you go to court, and they tell you, well, you're going to do this, your classes, and all this kind of stuff. If you turn around and say, no, I'd rather do the jail time and walk out with no papers or nothing, what's the option there?
Well, you're talking about a plea agreement that includes jail. Either way, it's a conviction. If you're going to be convicted, that's an adjudication of a misdemeanor offense DUI, assuming that we're talking about a non-serious DUI infraction that doesn't involve a serious bodily injury or, God forbid, manslaughter. So just assuming a standard DUI sanctions, a first-degree misdemeanor. If you're adjudicated, it's a conviction. Now, the jail time is going to depend. If you don't want to do probation, if you don't want to do all the other elements, the attorney, or if you're pro se, if you represent yourself, have to negotiate with the prosecutor in that division. Is it 30 days? Is it going to be 60 days? Is it going to be 90 days? Because predominantly in most counties, you usually do not get jail time for a first-time DUI if you plea out. And I say, now that's general. I don't know. There's a lot of cases where there might be specific facts.
Also, if you don't
change
wreck
Correct.
another car or something.
So a lot of folks don't feel like they can last through probation without violating probation. And of course, a VOP, a violation of probation, is another criminal charge, and it does cause problems. So what this caller is suggesting can be done. It's just rare.
All right. Let's go. Hey, by the way, was it you or was it Armando when the guy called? No, I think it was when Armando was here. Guy called us up, and he said that he was letting a wife's friend stay at the house, and she was paying rent, and she stopped paying the rent, and he didn't want her to come back anymore. And I was like, all right, so tell that bitch to get out. He goes, well, she's a big girl, and I'm not a big guy. He posted a picture of that bitch laying on the couch on our Facebook page.
Oh, no.
I don't know if I can get her out of the house.
What?
Yeah. I got to pull it up. I'm not on there now. I'll
just
find
abandon the house.
That's scary.
I don't know. Did Armando do a good job in your opinion?
No.
I mean,
No.
Not really.
He's not a Heat fan.
Yeah.
He speaks no English.
He's no Paulie, I'll tell you that.
That is no problem.
He was great, Armando. I'm just kidding. Let's talk to Angela. Angela, your son's roommate had a warrant for his arrest?
Yes.
All right.
So the sheriff's officers knocked at the door. My son just woke up, didn't know anything happened, answered the door. They proceeded to push into, like, he didn't even realize what was going on. So he kind of backed up and put his hands up like, you kind of would if the cop said, put your hands up.
Sure.
Then the officer proceeded to charge into my son and then told him he just assaulted an officer and charged him with assaulting an officer. And then 2 counts of nonviolent obstruction. I don't understand how you could be assaulting and nonviolent at the same time. And this kid grew up with 2 younger brothers that he never laid a hand on. It is the most nonviolent person in the world and has no previous arrest record. And we don't know what's going to happen with, getting a job in the future because of, this.
Very, very interesting situation. A cop comes in. They're probably angry. They're trying to scare your kid as well as the other kid because they don't want him to pull any weapons or do anything crazy, so they want to show who's in charge. And then they give him the old, now you assaulted an officer. And the kid's like, I didn't do anything. So they went ahead and disarmed the kid right away. But to follow through with those charges,
nobody was armed.
No. I don't mean to disarm him of a weapon. I mean to knock him out of his senses. So, but the thing is that to say it would be one thing, but to follow through now and to press charges is quite a difference.
Well, what was the warrant for?
He was arrested, and we had to bail him out and put collateral. He was charged with assaulting an officer, a law enforcement officer, and then 2 counts of nonviolent obstruction.
Well, what was the warrant? It's okay.
But the warrant was for a roommate who my son didn't even know had a warrant for 3 years ago for a petty theft.
Okay, so they go in, they cause this ruckus. This kid has what his mom's saying is inadvertent contact with the officer.
Yep.
They consider that assault on the officer.
Mm-hmm.
If you take that to court, does the officer have to show marks? Do you think he took pictures of his chest?
Well, you need a defense attorney, and I don't know what county you're in, but it's very simple. If an officer goes to arrest you and you pull your hands back, that's that could be resisting arrest without violence.
Right.
In theory. If the officer's saying that you assaulted the officer, and depending on the terms and the concepts, because what you have sometimes is what's called a bat leo, or a battery on a law enforcement officer. So I'm not sure if that is the specific charge, if she's confusing the terms of assault and battery, because usually if you touch somebody that unwantedly, then that's a battery. So It might be a bat leo, and it might be a resisting arrest without violence, which of course then doesn't make any sense. But you can do both. They're separate, distinct acts. So I would have to look at what they charged on the criminal report affidavit. The county makes a difference as far as the easier it is to resolve it, so to speak. A lot of those guys and girls, that they come in amped up on adrenaline. They don't know what they're going to expect in there with people. They got their protection on, and they just go in to neutralize whatever immediate threat they perceive. And that's apparently more likely what happened.
Well, if you'd like to call Dom's office, ma'am, 813-251-5550. I would recommend getting an attorney because you don't want to put your son's hand, put the rest of his future in the hands of a guy who, according to you, has already faked an assault. So I would go in well represented. Good luck to you. That's insane. Because you can't fight that. I mean, you could fight it in court, but I mean...
What happens a lot of times for attorneys is you go through discovery, and you have to set depositions. If it's a misdemeanor case, you usually don't get depositions. You just have to, set it for trial. Or I have, my private investigator call and interview them. It's difficult because the officer gets up and says whatever they're going to say, and then, the defendant says, what happened? And there's not really much to go on. And that's where it comes into knowing the prosecutors and having a good rapport with the state's attorney's office.
Well,
that's where attorneys really kick in.
I would definitely call Dom's office.
Yeah.
If you don't get through on the phone, askthedom.com. I've got a couple of lines open. I got to take a break. Let me take a quick break. When we come back, we'll go to the rest of your phone calls. Overtime, drug testing, adoption, real estate, and the annual what to do if you get pulled over call. And there is a line open. We'll get back to your phone calls with Ask the Dom when we come back. It's the Cowhead Show.
The Cowhead Show.
To get off on is a trip.
Your most embarrassing sexual moment tonight on Loveline.
Topic that never lets us down.
Welcome to the show where Dom lives. It's the Cowhead Show with your host, Mike Calta.
Welcome back to the Cowhead Show. Our attorney and friend Dominic Fariello is here. AskTheDom.com is his website address. Or you can call him, 813-251-5550. However, now is a great time for you to get your questions in before we get out of here. Reminder, our band Pitbull Toddler is playing at the Hard Rock Cafe tonight at about 8 o'clock. That is, of course, traffic pending. What's going on over there, sir?
I do not know, but I can find out in less than 5 minutes.
Go find out right now. Go now. I love yelling at Spanish. I couldn't yell at my kid like I yell at Spanish. We're headed over to the Hard Rock Cafe immediately following the show. Everybody's invited to come hang out with us. And then Friday, we are playing in Sarasota at the Cabana Inn. Please come out and see us there as well. Dom, let's get right back to the phone calls. Let's go to JB. Hi, JB. You're on with Ask the Dom. What do you got, JB?
Hey, Dom. My wife got a ticket for rolling a stop sign, and when she went to pay it online and over the phone, it said there was no record of the ticket.
That's interesting.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't. It's not either turned in by the officer in the necessary period of time, or it's not docketed or docketed in error by the clerk. What we can do is if you call the office, you can ask for Pam. If you want to give us the citation number, as a courtesy, there's no fee for this. We'll look it up for you and just be certain, depending on which clerk and which county you're dealing with.
And if you look it up and they got nothing, Dominic Fariello's done, they can't find it in the dryer a week later and be like, we got to file this.
Yeah, what would happen is, we could, every other week, once a month. I mean, and the funny thing is this will happen, and all of a sudden, boom, it'll hit.
Right. That's what I'm thinking.
They may not know until you get that letter from Tallahassee that says, oh, by the way, your license is going to be suspended. Well, suspended why? Well, because this ticket was not addressed.
Well, and then you can fight that in court, and you can go, look, here's my attorney, and
Correct.
he'll tell you, we've been looking it up for a month.